Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We are now on Love Island series 11. We are now on episode 26. When I tell you the games that are being played between these people up in the villa and in Casa Amor, I ain't gonna end well. That's all I'm going to say. But before I get into this video, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so when you know I'm going to do videos. Please comment, like, share, and do all the good things that you do, because you know what? I'm on the road to 1k. I really am on the road to 1k. Anyway, let's get into this video. Nicole has fully fed into the bullshit that is Blade and the negativity. She's highly strung. I am sick and tired of talking about Nicole because she really needs to go relax herself. Like, seriously, take a few days off. Take a few days off. Ayo is going to play Mimi. Dirty, dirty, dirty. We can already see it. He says he really is like Mimi who? He's like Mimi who? And I'm like, when Mimi goes back, it's going to be demon time. She needs to show her side. It literally is going to be demon time. But the only thing that I don't want to see Mimi doing is chasing this man. Chasing this man, because she don't need a man who is so easily gotten by others at the end of the day. Ayo has no substance in the slightest, and Mimi needs to dash him where. Like, seriously. So we go back to Casa Amor, and Matilda is enjoying basically getting to know Sean, because Matilda's having this conversation with Hugo now. Shock of all shocks. And Hugo is trying to say it's thinks it's a one-sided thing with them sexually, and feels that Sean is probably giving more to Matilda than Matilda is giving to him. Matilda basically did put that to rest and tell Hugo again, these people need to stop making like fundamental assumptions on the relationships of these people when they don't even fucking know them at the end of the day. Even though that's kind of what we do when we review this stuff, but it's kind of what we're seeing too. But I wouldn't go as far to say that, you know what, Matilda don't like Sean when she does. She clearly does. And I'm glad that she kind of defended them and their relationship at the end of the day, because Hugo ain't seen them two together, so he don't know the status quo at the end of the day. So in the villa, you see Sean is, I think he's chatting to Ellie, and I'm sorry, but I do get these girls mixed up, like proper mixed up. I don't know if he's chatting to Ellie 1 minute or if he's chatting to Ruby. I'm just kind of like, you know, going with the flow. So you lot can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, if I get the wrong person, please correct me. And here he goes again with the sweet crap. It might have been Ruby he was talking to, because I know he was interested in Ruby and Diamante. Like, Sean literally went on a rampage up in this place. Like, literally was like, I don't know where my head is at, but I ain't thinking with my head on my shoulders. That's what Sean was doing up in this place. So Grace is talking to Messiah about his types, and basically Messiah is saying the type that he normally goes for, which is blonde, petite, blue eyes, kind of like Grace, yada yada yada. Uma basically talking to Mimi about what Blade said about Will. Mimi was basically saying to Uma not to worry, in essence, of what Blade is saying, and counteracting that by saying that the guys basically have to lay it on thick to get what they want. I don't think so in Blade's case in that sense, because Blade's sights are firmly set on Grace. Yes, he has an attraction to Uma, but he's not trying for Uma because he knows that Uma is very much into Will. So in Blade saying that he necessarily has nothing to lose, he isn't doing it for any type of typical gain, because he just wants Grace at the end of the day. And what Blade is saying is actually true. Will is not being true to Uma in the slightest. Will is definitely flying under the radar. He has said some fuckery shit when it comes to Uma and their relationship. So, yeah. Yeah. So it does surprise me, though, that Jessie has not said anything to Uma in regards to what Will has said to her when she was thinking about who she wants to get to know and who she wants to pick. And that's why Will was so self-assured in saying to Uma, oh, you know what, she may pick me. Yeah, because you put that little nugget in her mind. So that's why I'm surprised Jessie's not said anything to Uma in terms of what Will has said. So Mimi is saying that she's not unsure with what she has. My gal. So then the text starts coming in. And I was like, oh, this is not going to work out well. So basically it's a head-to-head competition between Casa Amor and the Villa. And the winners will win a party. So it's going to be an absolute competition. As Kieran says, he is going to play to win. But Nicole is not going to see it that way because, her fuckeries are going to be under her foot. And Kieran's going to have to kiss somebody up in there. And Nicole ain't going to like it. But Kieran ain't doing it in order to say that he likes anybody. He's just doing it to win a party. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, Kieran basically thinks that the OG girls of the Villa won't be mad at them. Let's put it this way. Yes, they will. And one person in point will be mad, will be Nicole. All I'm going to say is these guys in Casa Amor and these girls in Casa Amor for the Villa are the thirstiest people I've ever met before in my life. I've ever had the essence of grace in my screen. Let's just put it that way. So, it first was the tallest boy to snog the girl he fancies the most. The way AO came off that bench before the question was even finished was a joke. My man kisses Jess too, of course. He's thrown Mimi all the way out the window. He's like, Mimi who? Mimi who? Me not see her. She's Scotch miss. Bye bye. So in Casa Amor, Blade kisses Grace, but everybody was shouting and Blade was moving so slow with it. So I thought, you know what, the Villa's got it, because I don't know why you were deliberating. Get off your ass and go do it. So basically, they did say that the Villa won, and it was when they actually as well read out the names of who kissed who, and I was like, oh, how that's new. That ain't gonna bode well. But hey ho, I want the drama. So Mimi knows that AO likes Jess too. And now she's starting to question, well, who the fuck is Jess? Mimi is not happy. But you know what? As I said, I love Mimi. But AO kept showing her that he was not committed to her and them. I mean, when a man tells you that he is happy for right now, tells you something. Like, come on. So it was the girls with the blonde hair must snog the boy they think is the hottest. So that would be Lucy and Laura in the Villa. And in Casa Amor, Jessie did not realise that she had blonde hair. I don't know how that happened. So poor Grace was there snogging the people, and freaking bloody Jessie was sat there like, oh, and then gets up as quick as she could. You know the Villa won that one too. Kieran, poor bloke, was accosted by Lucy. Like, this girl took her opportunity as a blonde-haired girl to accost Kieran. Kieran was like, what the fuck? So Casa did win that one, and I was surprised because I really thought the Villa was going to win that one. And the Villa was told that Grace and Jessie was the fastest by snogging Blade. I didn't know if that was karma or not, because Joey basically saying that he thinks she gave him a peck, and I'm like, who are you talking about, mate? Because you ain't mentioned Grace or Jessie in that scenario. Yeah, because Grace is loving a bit of Jade. Jessie was just pecking everyone as quick as she could. I was like, this game is a mess, because paranoia is firmly going to set in. So it said the boys with the most tattoos to snog the girl who he thinks is most sexy will shot off that seat like his ass was on fire. And he kissed Emma. I think he kissed Emma. I was like, the way he kissed that girl, he did not stop on her before there'd be no lips left after he's finished, like literally. So Hugo ran for Jess. And then Uma literally just realised that he's the one in the villa with the most tattoos. So the main villa won, and I said that Will and Emma, Will kissed Emma, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it was like, who the fuck is Emma? Well, obviously someone Will likes, isn't it? So the next one was the shortest girl snog the guy she thinks is the fittest, and here we go with Lucy again. And again, she's on Kieran's ass. So Nicole quickly kissed Messiah, and Kieran just looked shell-shocked. And I'm just like, I think he's shell-shocked by the fact this girl keeps kissing him, and he's looking like, please pick someone else. As I've said, I love you to this girl, and I really don't want your lips on mine at the end of the day. Plus, and the fact of that, he could have a screw face because he knows Nicole is the shortest one in Casa, and that's what he explained to the ones in Villa. So the main Villa won, and then the red-eyed Lucy, and Kieran's name was the fastest. Now Nicole needs to remember what the question was. It was the shortest girl to snog the guy she thinks is fitter. So she needs to realise that Kieran did not get up out of his seat to go snog the girl. The girl went and snogged him. So she kissed him, not the other way round. So it would be the shortest girl that made a move on Kieran. But anyway, Nicole needed to stay calm because she kissed Messiah. And here she goes. You can see when Nicole starts to spiral because she sits there like... That's when you can see Nicole start to spiral, like, oh, this is not going to end well in the slightest. So it's the boy's name who came first in the alphabet and was kissed the sexiest girl from head to toe. So that would be Ayo and Blade, wouldn't it? Ayo, of course, picked Jess too. And he was the fastest, and Mimi definitely has something to worry about because as it cropped up when they were saying, well, who the fuck is Jessica and has anybody else kissed her, and Mimi point blank said nope, just Ayo. That tells you something. I'm just like, you know what, Ayo's a Mitch, and Mimi at this point needs to unleash her demon, like seriously, because it is, while the cat is away, the mouse is going to play. And when Mimi goes back, we'll watch how Ayo's going to try and deal with it, and then try and see if he can get away with playing in Mimi's face like he did with Uma. But I don't think Mimi's going to allow that, because it is going to be a case of fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. That's how it's going to go. Like, seriously. It then moves to the oldest boy must snog the oldest girl. The way Howie shot up out his seat because he was like, I'm winning this for real. He ran straight to Emma. Main Villa won that one because Casa was slow and Blade badly kissed Grace. Let's just put that out there. So when the names get read out, Jesse is defending Joey to the fullest about he's not that fast. I said, my girl, Joey shot out of his seat before the freaking question finished. There were wings on his damn feet. That's how fast he moved. So we know the main Villa won. So Jesse was then saying, who the fuck are Emma? Who the fuck is Emma? And I'm like, yeah. And Grace was loving it because she was smizing the hell. So it said, the next one was, the girl with the smallest shoe size must kiss the guy she thinks is the best kisser. Matilda kissed Jake. I mean, Matilda was up before the question ended at the end of the day, and Sean and Lucy kissed. Casa won that one. Sean was like, at least I got a kiss out of it as well. I was like, yeah, my guy, stop with yourself. So then the next was, the youngest boy must snog the girl he fancies for 5 seconds. And I thought this will be the one that will tip Nicole over the edge at the end of the day, because it is a question of who they fancy the most. Now, Kieran didn't really want to go to anybody, and I think Emma was just the closest, but he did play his safe way because he didn't want to give the wrong impression to freaking Lucy Loose Lips, who would not leave him the fuck alone. Emma was the closest, so he just turned and kissed her, basically. So Jesse then ends up kissing Joel, and it is at that point that Nicole realises the youngest boy is Kieran. I'm like, my girl, you've been with him for a month. You really do not realise the age of your man? Come on now. So the main villa won, and Nicole is basically saying, "Who the F is Emma?" Because it was her name that came up. And I says, "Well, you will see her very soon, because I'm telling you, she's gonna get picked by somebody." So the winners the whole game was the villa, basically. So you could see that Castle was not in a happy place right now. Of course, again, Nicole gets out her Ross phone to watch them and literally zoom in at them enjoying themselves and their shenanigans. Absolute sore loser. Nicole is absolutely pissed about the situation and in her own head again, because of the fact that Kieran won by kissing somebody called Emma. And I'm just like, at this point, I just don't know. I really don't know what's wrong with this girl. Like, seriously, it's a fucking game. And to be fair, you kiss Messiah. Come on now. Emma was right next to freaking Kieran. He just kissed her to get to win the game. Give this man the benefit of the doubt. But do you think this girl was having any of that? Do you think this girl was giving Kieran any type of grace? Any type of grace? I was just like, wow. All the girls were trying to calm this girl down. Uma was trying to calm Nicole down. And I'm just like, Nicole needs to get over herself now. Like, seriously, it is wearing thin. Absolutely wearing thin. Because Kieran has done everything in there to stay true to Nicole fully. He's told the girls his clothes off. He's told the girls he said, "I love you." He's let them know in no uncertain terms, are you going to be able to make my head be on a swivel? And still, this woman has no trust in this man. I really don't know what more Kieran can do. Like, seriously, I don't know what more Kieran can do. And it is going to get to a point where she is going to literally run this man away. The man that she says she wants and says she loves, she is literally going to run this man away, because she literally wants to believe everybody else's negative bullshit about this man rather than believe the man that she's with, who has not shown her any way, shape or form that he needs to mistrust her. She needs to mistrust him. Not showing her that. Lionel speaking to Mimi as to who it is that he wants. And Mimi says she will have to just see what happens. Of course, and Nicole's continuing to moan about Emma kissing Kieran. Matilda was basically saying that it's a game and that they needed to have some fun. And Blade is talking to Grace and wants to know where her head is at. Blade already knows who and what he wants, which was Grace. And Grace basically wants him to be fair. And she may well admit it, she may well not admit it. He wanted a kiss from Grace. She gives him one. All the girls cop Grace kissing. Fair enough. So Jess too is talking to the girls, and she's basically saying that it's scary as AO has another situation going on. And I'm just like, the situation is a woman named Mimi. Use the woman's name. Don't literally unidentify her, so then you don't have to deal with the situation at hand at the end of the day. AO is in a couple with Mimi. Has been in a couple with Mimi for a month, and says he has been happy with Mimi. That is not a situation made. At the end of the day, AO has made a situation by doing what he's doing with Jess 2. Jess 2 has come in gunning for AO, knowing that he's with another woman, and has done so for a month. Get me got it good. Okay? So, Jess 2 wants AO. And one of the girls has basically said, what has he said about his situation with Mimi? And Jess 2 is saying that his head has basically turned. But she's worried in case it turns back. And she doesn't want to be in that situation in terms of the competing and triangles and da-da-da-da-da. We're already in that, my love. You're already in that, because even though Mimi is not there, she's still very much relevant in the life of AO at the end of the day. So you literally are entering yourself into a triad. Okay. She just doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand that, because she is literally competing against Mimi to be able to be picked to stay in the villa, but Ayo's dunce enough to do it, to be fair. The boys are basically discussing how Emma is basically going to have made a statement to the girls back in Casa Amor because majority of the lads kissed her. Trey talks about how he's feeling Ellie. And to be fair, I was shocked that Connor was starting to feel Emma because in this discussion, it didn't look like Connor was feeling any of the girls at all. So as they're chatting, he quickly skips to Ayo and his situation. So Ayo's trying to play it all diplomatic, and Ayo is literally going to throw Mimi over for Jess too. Watch, he's going to throw Mimi over, and this man is just, you know what, ridiculous. Ayo's full of shit. Just as Will is full of shit, and just as Sean is full of shit at the end of the day. So Joey is basically quiet and saying it will be hard to say no to Emma if she decided to share his bed, if she asked. And I'm like, really? You want to stay true to Jesse? But then that situation was taken from his hand because Connor was the one that asked her to share the bed with him, and she agreed. So that situation was literally taken away from Joey, because I don't know who Emma was going to pick out of any of them, because I didn't really see Emma chat to any other guys, to be honest with you. So you see Lucy and Emma go over to speak to Joey and Will, saying that the girls have decided who they want to share a bed with. Lucy was basically saying that she wants Kieran or either Will or Joey. And I'm just like, Lucy, already leave Kieran alone. I don't know how many times this has to be said. I mean, there's no point in hinting about wanting to wreck his situation with Nicole on purpose, because that's essentially what Lucy would be doing if she really made a play for Kieran. I think more than likely if she did try and make a play for Kieran, Kieran would tell her where to get off, to be honest with you. I think Kieran will do that. He would tell her where to get off. So you see Ayo grab Jess, and Jess too, I should say, and he takes her to the hideaway. And I'm like, this guy is playing right now. Even all the other guys are looking like he's taking her to the hideaway. Yeah, because Ayo's a player. Ayo is a player. They talk about how they're being true to themselves, but they're not being true because you're disrespecting the person that you're actually with and you've been with for a month. Yeah? It's just kind of like Mimi be damned, because Ayo believes in his brain that because Mimi is so easygoing that she's literally going to be there hanging and waiting for him while he decides he wants to get to know other women up in this place. He shouldn't think that way. He shouldn't think that way. He should always realise that you are not so far beyond losing that person that you say you respect when you don't. Yeah, and then realizing what it is you had after you've lost them. So Jess too is basically saying that she's scared of being vulnerable with Ayo, and I'm like, so she's saying regardless of his situation with Mimi, she is going to go for it. Ayo's basically saying that he enjoyed the feeling he's had when he's around her, and I'm like, but you've known this girl all of 5 Ross minutes, my guy. Like, all of 5 Ross minutes. So how are you saying that you're enjoying the feeling when you get to when you're around? Is that lust? Is that lust speaking? Like, seriously, because lust can be strong, but never get it confused with love. Do you know what I mean? There's a thin line between that. All I have to say, again, is Ayo has a way with his words. He can be slick with it. He can say a lot of things without saying nothing. And even Jessica, or just 2, called him out on speaking in Morse code, because he doesn't make a whole lot of sense when he's talking, because he's trying to be smooth without being committal to stuff. That's what he's doing. Will talks to Lucy about the bed situation. Will puts his feelings across about wanting Lucy to be in bed with him. I was like, yeah, so Will has reverted to type. He's reverted to his blonde-haired, blue-eyed type, which is not Uma. Right. Okay, so Lucy agrees to share a bed with the man. So Uma, you see, and Nicole and Mimi are sleeping outside while Will and Ayo be sleeping in bed with other women. and getting smackdown smoochy moochy lisses with them. Ayo is saying to Jess 2 about how she's gonna get him into trouble. I'm like, no, Jess 2 is not getting you into trouble, Ayo. You're getting yourself into trouble, yeah, because you have not even figured out the impacts of what your behavior will do to the other person that you've been with, said you've been happy with for a whole month, and don't think that you'll be moving anywhere in shape or form. You did not give Mimi the impression that things were bad or anything was missing between the both of you. About just to go and get me in, you're trouble, you're going to get me into trouble. No, you're going to get yourself into trouble, Leia. You get yourself into trouble. So Trey and Ellie will be kissing, and we'll be loose lipping it with Lucy in bed. It's like, these people are too free and easy. Trey, I can't cuss, because at the end of the day, him and Jess ain't in nothing. Will, different story. Ayo, different story. Me tell you, Will be the one to watch. He be nice in your face, but will play behind your back. And that's what he's doing right now. Will is showing who he is on a more baser level at the end of the day. Same with Ayo. Same with Sean. Anyway, that's where that episode ended. I'll be back in quick succession with the next episode. As I always ask, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so you know I'm going to do videos. Please, again, comment, like, share, and do all the good things that you do. Because I will be back across your screens very, very soon. And oh, yes, I am on the road to 1K. Peace out.